Good morning, Aream, the news you're waking up to this morning. Memos by ex-FBI Director James Comey detailing his conversations with Donald Trump have been published.
And school children across the U.S. are walking out of school on Friday to demonstrate against gun violence.
And 3 men have been found guilty of plotting to bomb Somali immigrants at a mosque and apartment complex in the U.S. state of Kansas.
And as you can see, we are in another new studio today, and we will tell you more about this later in the program. Monday, 23rd of April, 2018. Live from AER Studios. This is Good Morning Aream.
Good morning, it is just past 6 o'clock. As you can see, we are in a new studio today. The other studio that we just aired from the other day, which is still, we're still going to use it. Yes, it is still up. We're in actually a totally different building now. We're in AER Studios Building 2. That was actually supposed to be demolished, but it wasn't. So as you can see right over there, we're going to show you around the studio a little bit apparently. So there's a little media wall, different pictures of the Aream Kingdom. We are still having a little technical difficulties in the studios. There's the picture of the Aream Kingdom over there, the media wall, and then there's the front desk, or the main desk, I guess, and we have this big picture behind us. And it looks very nice, the studio. And over there we have a one-person news desk for some like breaking news stories. Over here we have the weather station with Diana. Oh, I'm so sorry, that is Lorraine. Actually, not Diana. Oh my goodness, they look so similar. I think they might be twins. And there's the main entrance to the set. Then over there is the couch area. So it looks very nice over here at the couch area. Brand new sofa and everything. But yes, so that is basically the tour of our new set. You may have seen it already. And we did get some new opening titles. Let's just try and bring the camera back down here. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to have to go back into the main news today. So memos by ex-FBI Director James Comey detailing his conversation with Donald Trump have been published.
Yes, the memos cover the president's concern about a lurid intelligence dossier and also go into his relationship with his former national security advisor, Michael Flynn. The notes quote the president as saying Mr. Flynn had serious judgment issues. Mr. Trump tweeted that the memos showed there was no collusion and no obstruction. Mr. Trump sacked Mr. Comey last year while he was still leading an FBI investigation into allegations of Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. Since then, the men have been locked into a bitter and public war of words.
Yes, 3 men have been found guilty of plotting to bomb Somali immigrants at a mosque and apartment complex in the U.S. state of Kansas. A federal jury in Wichita convicted Curtis Allen, 50, Gavin White, and Patrick Eugene Steen, who belonged to a militia called the Crusaders. Armed with guns and explosives, the trio planned to strike a day after the November 2016 U.S. elections, but the Garden City plotters were infiltrated by an FBI informant. The suspects, who planned to detonate 4 vehicles packed with explosives at the corners of the apartment complex, were arrested about a month before Election Day.
School children across the U.S. are walking out of school to demonstrate against gun violence. The National School Walkout marks the 19th anniversary of the Columbine High School massacre in Colorado. Connecticut high school pupil Lane Murdoch set up the event in the wake of the Parkland school shooting in Florida. Students are leaving schools at 10 a.m. across America's time zones. School children in every state are expected to participate. The goal of the demonstration, which involves more than 2,000 schools, is to raise awareness of gun violence and to combat political inaction.
Still to come on Good Morning Aream, the Prince of Wales will be the next head of the Commonwealth.
And Zimbabwe's parliament has summoned former President Robert Mugabe to give evidence about a claim he made about huge-scale diamond theft.
And we'll be right back after this break. Before we get into the latest news, let's go to the weather with Lorraine. Yes, good morning. So the weather today is actually going to be kind of nice. So right now it's around 35 degrees, so very cold. And as we get later into the day, around 12 p.m., it's going to actually warm up to around 50. So it's going to go up very fast. And then around 3 p.m., it is going to get even warmer to 54. And then around 6 p.m., it's going to start getting a little bit colder, around 52. And it's going to drop off into the nighttime around 10 p.m., 42 degrees. So it's going to drop 10 degrees in just about 5 hours. And then as we drop off into the nighttime around midnight, we have 39 degrees. So it's not going to be exactly the coldest night, but it is definitely going to be just about freezing. So I take that back. It's going to be very, very cold. And then into tomorrow, it is going to stay around in the mid-30s in the morning time. And then back into the 50s around noontime. So it is going to be a fairly nice week, but still, it should be warmer around this time of the year. So hopefully it does warm up by the end of spring because it's been so cold around here. But that is your weather for today. So now back to you guys. Thank you for the weather. The Prince of Wales will be the next head of the Commonwealth. The Queen has said it was her sincere wish that Prince Charles would succeed her in the role one day. Leaders of the Commonwealth have been discussing the issue at a meeting behind closed doors at Windsor Castle. The non-hereditary role would not have automatically passed to Prince Charles, with some suggestions it might rotate among the 53 leaders. Prime Minister Theresa May and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau had earlier given their backing to Prince Charles. The meeting during a 2-day summit involved 46 heads of Commonwealth governments and foreign ministers from the remaining 7 countries.
And Zimbabwe's parliament has summoned former President Robert Mugabe to give evidence about a claim he made about huge-scale diamond theft. Mr. Mugabe accused foreign mining firms of swindling and smuggling in an interview on state-run TV in 2016. "The companies have virtually robbed us of our wealth," he said, adding the Treasury had seen little of about 15 billion since they had earned. It is not clear if the 94-year-old will agree to appear before the committee. He was forced to resign last December in the wake of a military takeover and still has the privileges of a former head of state.
But now it's time for the news and weather where you are. Alright, so we are back, and we are here with Charles Dickinson for our entertainment part of the show. As you can see, I'm sorry, we just have to point this out, but the lights turn purple during this part because that's just like the style for entertainment. Now, he is a famous movie star in the Minecraft world, so let's see what he has to say. So, Charles, what movies have you been in case some people don't know?
I have been in some of the most famous and rewarding movies, such as The Chicken Invasion, and yeah, just a lot of different movies like that in the Minecraft world, especially a lot of movies about Herobrine, like just about him coming in and destroying stuff and a lot of stuff. I was actually Herobrine in one of the main movies that was basically just called Herobrine, but I was actually in that movie. I was the main lead character.
What was it like on those types of movies? Like, what did it feel like?
Well, it was very exciting the entire time. There's always so much action going on, and it was just incredible. It was so fun. Everyone was so nice in all these movies.
And do you know any movies you're working on right now?
Well, I don't want to give too much away because then I might get in trouble for that. But we are actually working on a movie about the evil king and King Ryan. We actually made an entire set, just basically a rebuild of the Aream Kingdom. It's a lot smaller, but there's almost no difference. Like, you almost can't tell. It looks exactly like all the pictures behind me and behind the desk. It looks just like that. And I am going to be playing as King Ryan in the movie, and one of my other friends playing as the evil king. And yeah, so the evil king kind of like takes over the castle. I don't want to spoil the movie, but it does take over the castle, makes it evil, and enslaves everyone, and then King Ryan has to try and get it back. So it was a very exciting movie with a very, very great storyline, and I'm so excited for it to come out. I think everyone will enjoy it.
Well, thank you so much.
But that is actually all we have time for today's program. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to tune in eventually for the latest news and information from the Aream Kingdom and around the world. But for now, it's goodbye from us. Bye-bye.